always believed my marriage was unbreakable. We are solid, I used to tell Emily whenever she smiled at me over breakfast. Nothing can touch us. She would laugh and say, "You worry too much. We are forever." I believed her. I trusted her. I trusted my family too, especially Mark. He's like my brother, I told people. Blood never betrays blood. That day, I came home early. "Emily." I called, dropping my keys. There was no answer. The house felt too quiet. My chest tightened as I walked toward the bedroom. I pushed the door open. "What are you doing?" I whispered. Emily gasped. I can explain." Mark froze. "It's not what it looks like." I stared at them. "You're in my bed," I said. "In my room. Tell me how this looks different." My hand shook so badly I had to grab the doorframe. "Please, listen," Emily said. "We didn't mean for this to happen." I laughed, but no sound came out right. "So it just happened? You slipped? Both of you?" I looked at Mark. "Say something. Look at me." He swallowed. "I never wanted to hurt you." "That's funny," I said softly, "because I think you just destroyed me." My heart felt hollow, like something had been ripped out and left nothing behind. Emily stepped closer. "You're overreacting. We were confused. You've been distant." "Distant?" I repeated. "I work so we can live. I come home to you every night. When did that become distance?" Mark shook his head. "This isn't fair." I snapped my eyes at him. "Fair? You're standing half-dressed in my bedroom, and you want to talk about fair?" My voice cracked. "I trusted you. I trusted both of you." Emily started crying. "Please don't make this ugly." I felt nothing. "It's already ugly," I said. "I just didn't know I was married to it." She wiped her tears. "I don't love you the same anymore." Those words hit harder than the scene. "So this started before today," I said. "How long?" She looked away. "Does it matter?" "Yes," I said. "Every second matters." Mark whispered, "I'm sorry." I nodded slowly. "No, you're not. If you were, this wouldn't exist." I pointed at the bed. "That's my life you're standing on." Emily crossed her arms. "What do you want now?" I searched myself for anger, for rage, for the urge to scream or hit something. There was nothing. "I want to understand how I became nothing to you." She stayed silent. I stepped back. "I don't recognize either of you." My throat burned. The woman I married wouldn't do this. The cousin I grew up with wouldn't do this. Mark muttered, "People change." "Not like this," I said. "Not together." Emily said quietly, "Maybe this is who we really are." I nodded once. "Then I married a stranger." I turned away. And I shared my blood with another. As I walked out, Emily called my name. "Wait." I stopped but didn't turn. "Whatever you say next," I told her, "will echo in my head forever." She didn't speak. I closed the door behind me. In that moment, I knew my life had split into before and after. I wasn't angry. I wasn't loud. I was empty. I leaned against the wall outside and whispered to myself, "Stay calm." My phone buzzed. Mark's name flashed. I answered. "Don't," I warned. "I never planned this," he said. "You planned every lie," I replied. "Every smile at family dinners." Emily stepped into the hallway. "We need to talk like adults." I looked at her. "Adults don't betray like this." She sighed. "You're acting like a victim." "I am," I said. "And you're acting like that doesn't matter." Mark said quietly, "What do you want us to do?" I met his eyes. "Live with it." Emily whispered, "You're being cruel." I shook my head. "No. I'm being honest." Silence filled the space between us. I felt my chest tighten again, but I stood straight. "This is the last moment you get from me like this," I said. Neither of them answered. I walked away knowing trust, love, and family had collapsed, leaving only a future I no longer recognized. I didn't go back inside the bedroom after that night. Emily sat at the table the next morning, calm, almost relaxed. "We need to talk," she said, like she was discussing groceries. I sat down slowly. "Talk," I repeated. "After what I saw." She crossed her legs. "I'm not going to beg." That sentence cut deeper than the betrayal. "I thought you would cry," I said. "I thought you would fight for us." She shook her head. "I've already made my decision." I leaned forward. "And that decision is him." She met my eyes. "I want a separation. I need space. I've found myself." I laughed softly. "You found yourself in my bed with my cousin." "Don't be dramatic," she said. "This isn't about Mark. This is about me." "It's always about you now," I replied. "When did I stop mattering?" She sighed. "You're making this harder than it needs to be." I felt my chest tighten. "Harder. You destroyed me, Emily." She stood up. "I won't live in guilt. I'm choosing happiness." I whispered, "So you chose him." She didn't deny it. Mark didn't answer my calls after that. At work, at family chats, everywhere, he vanished. When I saw him once in a parking lot, he looked through me like I was air. "Say something," I told him. He got into his car and drove away. That night, I packed my clothes. Emily watched silently. "You don't have to leave," she said. I zipped the bag. "I don't belong here anymore." She nodded. "That's probably best." I moved into a rented room downtown. The walls were bare. The bed felt cold. I stared at the ceiling and asked myself, what did I do wrong? The question had no answer, only weight. Jason called me the next day. "Man, I heard," he said. "I'm so sorry." I sat on the edge of the bed. She chose him. Jason went quiet. "That's messed up." "I keep replaying everything," I said. "Every argument. Every smile." "You couldn't have known," he replied. "But I trusted them," I said. "Does that make me stupid?" "No," he said quickly. "That makes you human." I rubbed my face. "I feel disposable." Jason sighed. "I wish I knew what to say." "Me too," I answered. "Because silence is killing me." Days passed. Emily sent messages about logistics, bills, timelines. No emotion. No regret. I typed replies and deleted them. Was I ever enough? I asked myself out loud. I stood in front of a mirror one night. "You failed," I told my reflection. "As a husband. As a man." My phone buzzed. A message from Emily. "Let's keep things civil." I laughed bitterly. "Civil," I said. "After betrayal." I called Jason again. "I don't know who I am without her." He replied, "You're still you." "I don't feel like it," I said. "I feel erased." Silence followed. Then he said, "You survived. That counts." I hung up and sat alone. The room felt smaller every night. I had money, work, a place to sleep, yet I felt homeless. Love was gone. Family felt poisoned. Trust felt foolish. I whispered into the dark, if this is what love costs, maybe I paid too much. I almost didn't go. I stood outside my aunt's house, staring at the door, telling myself, "You're stronger than this." Inside, voices blended together, laughter sharp and careless. I walked in anyway. My aunt smiled too fast. "You came." "I'm family," I said. The word felt strange in my mouth. People stopped talking when they saw me. Then the whispers started. "That's him." "Poor guy." "What a mess." I pretended not to hear, but every word landed. Mark stood near the couch, relaxed, confident. He laughed loudly. "You remember when we were kids?" he said to someone. He didn't look at me once. I stepped closer. "So now you can talk." He stiffened, then smiled at the room. "Not today," he said quietly, like I was the problem. His parents noticed me then. His father cleared his throat. "Good to see you." "Is it?" I asked. His mother looked away. "Let's not cause a scene." That sentence told me everything. "So this is silence," I said. This is what betrayal gets. No one answered. Then Emily walked in with Mark beside her. Her hand rested on his arm like it belonged there. Conversations died instantly. She didn't say a word to me. She didn't have to. Standing next to him was enough. I felt heat crawl up my neck. "Wow," I said. "You're not even hiding." Emily looked at me calmly. "We are being honest." "Honest?" I laughed once. "You're parading him in front of me." Mark said, "Lower your voice." I stepped closer. "You don't get to tell me anything." My uncle muttered, "Please, both of you." I looked around the room. Faces dropped. Eyes avoided mine. "So this is it," I said. "Everyone knows, and everyone's okay with it." My aunt said softly, "It's complicated." "No," I replied. "It's simple. Someone betrayed me, and the rest of you decided comfort matters more than truth." Emily sighed. "You're embarrassing yourself." That hurt more than the whispers. "You embarrassed our marriage," I said. "I'm just surviving it." I turned away before I broke. I went into the backyard, breathing hard. "Don't lose control," I told myself. "Don't give them that." The door creaked behind me. "I'm sorry." I turned. Lily stood there, Mark's younger sister. She hugged herself like she wanted to disappear. "I didn't know how to face you," she said. "You don't have to," I replied. "You didn't do this." She shook her head. "But he did. And it's wrong." Those words surprised me. "You're the only one saying that." Her eyes filled. "I hate what he did to you." I swallowed. "Why tell me now?" "Because no one else will," she said. "They're protecting peace, not people." I exhaled slowly. "That's what it feels like." She hesitated. "I didn't want you to think I agreed." "I did think that," I admitted. "I thought blood meant loyalty." She gave a sad smile. "Sometimes blood just means shared history." We stood there in silence. It wasn't awkward. It was heavy, but honest. "I should go," I said. "I'm glad you came," she replied. "Even if it hurt." I nodded. "It hurts everywhere." She touched my arm briefly. "You didn't deserve this." That simple sentence almost broke me. "Thank you," I said, "for seeing me." She looked relieved. "I was hoping you'd see me too." I walked back through the house. Emily avoided my eyes. Mark didn't exist to me anymore. At the door, I paused. "Remember this moment," I said to the room. "This is when I learned family can watch you bleed and call it peace." No one stopped me. Outside, the air felt colder. I whispered, "Blood means nothing anymore," and for the first time, someone had proven me wrong by standing beside me when no one else did. I stopped explaining myself. That was the first change. When people asked, "What really happened?" I answered, "You already decided." Some nodded. Some looked uncomfortable. None surprised me. I sat across from Anna in a quiet office. She folded her hands and said, "Tell me why you're here." "I'm angry," I said. "And I hate that I am." She tilted her head. "Why?" "Because anger feels like failure," I replied. "Like I lost control." She shook her head. "Anger is information. What is it telling you?" "That I was betrayed," I said. The word tasted sharp. "And I keep acting like that makes me weak." "It doesn't," she said. "It makes you honest." I laughed without humor. "Everyone else seems fine pretending." "Are you pretending?" she asked. "No," I said. "I'm bleeding quietly." She leaned forward, then stopped bleeding in silence. That night, Emily emailed me. The subject line read, "Next steps." I opened it and felt my chest tighten. "She wants the apartment, half my savings, and no discussion," I muttered. Anna asked, "How does that make you feel?" "Like she's still taking from me," I said, and expecting me to thank her. "Will you?" she asked. I closed my laptop. "No." I called Rachel the next morning. "I need a lawyer," I said. Her voice was calm. "Tell me what you want." "I don't want to be erased," I replied. I don't want to lose everything because I stayed quiet. She said, then don't surrender. Emily called that evening. Did you get my email? I did, I said. Well, she asked. I won't agree to that, I replied. She scoffed. You're being difficult. I'm being fair, I said. There's a difference. You're letting bitterness guide you, she said. I smiled. No. I'm letting clarity guide me. She paused. You're changing. Yes, I said. Because begging didn't save me. She hung up. Rachel reviewed the terms with me later. She's asking for too much, she said. And she knows it. What happens now? I asked. You protect yourself, she replied. That's not revenge. That's survival. I started waking up earlier. Get up, I told myself. Move. I made my bed. I cooked real meals. Small things, but they stacked. Jason noticed. You sound steadier, he said. I feel steadier, I replied. Still angry, but not lost. Anger can fuel progress, he said. I met Anna again. I don't want to hate them, I said. You don't have to, she replied. But you must stop blaming yourself. I swallowed. I keep thinking I wasn't enough. She looked at me directly. You were enough. They chose not to respect it. That sentence rewired something inside me. So I wasn't weak, I said. No, she answered. You were loyal. Emily sent another message. Let's keep this simple. I typed back, let's keep it honest. She didn't reply. Rachel called. We are countering. I asked, will she fight? Probably, Rachel said. But you're not alone. That mattered more than the paperwork. I stood in my room that night and spoke out loud. I won't beg anymore. The words felt strange, but right. My phone buzzed. Emily again. Why are you doing this? She asked. Because I deserve dignity, I replied. She sighed. You're making this harder. No, I said. I'm making it equal. Silence followed. I sat on the edge of my bed and breathed slowly. This is my line, I told myself. Crossing it ends here. I didn't feel victorious. I felt grounded. Betrayal didn't define me. My response did. Before sleeping, I messaged Anna. I stopped apologizing today. She replied, good. That's where healing starts. I put the phone down and whispered, I'm done being the victim in my own story. Lily didn't text me right away. When she finally did, the message was simple. Are you okay? I stared at it longer than I should have. I typed, deleted, then typed again. I'm managing. A minute passed. Would you like coffee sometime? She asked. I hesitated. Only if you're comfortable, I replied. I don't expect anything. She answered, I know. We met at a quiet cafe. She sat across from me, hands wrapped around her cup. I was nervous, she admitted. Me too, I said. If this feels wrong, say so. It doesn't, she said. It feels honest. I nodded. That matters to me now. She took a breath. I'm ashamed of my brother. You don't have to apologize for him, I said. I know, she replied. But his actions ruined how I see family. That caught me off guard. You lost something too. Yes, she said quietly. I grew up believing loyalty meant protection. Now I don't know what it means. I leaned back. I thought loyalty meant silence. Turns out, silence just protects betrayal. She looked at me carefully. You sound tired. I am, I said. But not from talking to you. She smiled faintly. That's good. We talked slowly. No rush. No hidden meaning. I don't want you to feel stuck between us, I said. I don't want you choosing sides. I already chose, she replied. I chose truth. That word settled between us. Emily never chose truth, I said before I could stop myself. Lily didn't defend her. She always spoke around feelings, she said. Never through them. I nodded. She used to tell me, everything's fine, even when it wasn't. Lily said, "I won't do that." "I can tell," I replied. "You're present." She looked surprised. "That's the nicest thing anyone said to me this year." I heard news later that week. Jason called me. "They're fighting non-stop," he said. "Your cousin and Emily." "About what?" I asked. "Everything," he replied. "Money, trust, control." I felt nothing. "I don't wish them pain," I said. "I just don't feel connected anymore." "That's growth," Jason said. "Maybe." I met Lily again, this time for a walk. "I heard they're not happy," she said. "I heard too," I replied. She searched my face. "Does that make you feel better?" "No," I said honestly. "It just confirms what I already knew." "That love built on lies collapses," she said. I stopped walking. "You don't sugarcoat." She shrugged. "I spent years avoiding conflict. It didn't save anyone." We sat on a bench. "I want to be clear," I said. "I'm not looking for comfort to replace pain." "I wouldn't offer that," she replied. "I'm offering space." "That's rare," I said. She smiled softly. "So are people who don't demand." I noticed how calm I felt around her. No pressure. No performance. "Emily used to make everything feel like a test," I said. "Did you ever feel safe failing?" Lily asked. "No," I admitted. I felt disposable. She looked at me seriously. "You're not." The words landed deeper than she knew. "Thank you," I said. "I don't hear that often." "You should," she replied. Days passed. We talked about work, fears, quiet frustrations. "I don't want to be bitter," I told her one night. "You don't sound bitter," she said. "You sound awake." "I like that," I replied. She hesitated. "I'm glad you talked to me." "Me too," I said. "And if this ever feels heavy, tell me." "I will," she promised. "Respect goes both ways." I realized something then. "You're standing where my wife never did." She frowned. "Where's that?" "Beside me," I said, without asking me to shrink. She looked down. "That's how it should be." I watched her walk away later and felt something unfamiliar. Not desire. Not hope. Relief. Someone saw me without needing me to perform. I whispered to myself, "This is what real support feels like." I didn't go looking for updates about Mark. They found me anyway. My phone rang one afternoon. "Have you heard?" my uncle asked. "Heard what?" I replied. He lowered his voice. "Mark's business partner pulled out. Said he couldn't trust him anymore." I closed my eyes. "That's unfortunate." "He's scrambling," my uncle continued. "Loans, debts. People are talking." "I'm not," I said. "I'm done." At work, a colleague mentioned it casually. "Funny how fast reputations fall," he said. I nodded. "Funny how they're built on lies." Emily texted me that night. "Can we talk?" I stared at the message. Lily was sitting across from me, reading quietly. "You don't have to answer that," she said, noticing my silence. "I know," I replied. I typed back, "About what?" She responded immediately. "We need to clear some things." I showed Lily the phone. "She's testing boundaries." Lily said gently, "Then hold them." "I will," I said, and put the phone down. Emily tried again the next day. "You seem distant." "I am," I replied. "That's intentional." She called. "Why are you being cold?" "I'm being clear," I said. "Contact your lawyer." She snapped. "You've changed." "Yes," I answered. "I had to." Rachel called later. "Her demands are softening," she said. "She's nervous." "Why?" I asked. "Because Mark's situation is affecting hers," Rachel replied. "Shared finances. Shared stress." I felt no joy. "What's our move?" "We stay steady," Rachel said. "You're in a stronger position now." That word stayed with me. Stronger. Lily and I went for a long walk that evening. "You're quieter," she said. "I'm thinking," I replied. "About them," she asked. About me, I said. And about you. She stopped walking. Is that a problem? It scares me, I admitted. I don't want to replace pain with comfort. She nodded. I don't want to be a distraction. That's not what you are, I said. You make me feel grounded. She smiled sadly. Then let's move slowly. Slow feels safe, I replied. Jason called me later. Man, karma's hitting hard, he said. I'm not celebrating, I replied. I'm observing. That's growth, he said. Maybe, I answered. I just don't want to become bitter. Lily texted me before bed. Are you okay tonight? I am, I replied. Thank you for asking. Emily tried one more time. I never meant to hurt you. I typed, erased, then sent. Intent doesn't erase impact. She didn't reply. Rachel emailed me updates. We are close to a fair settlement, she wrote. You're holding your ground well. I read it twice. Holding my ground. I said it out loud. I'm not chasing. I'm standing. Lily and I talked again the next day. I feel guilty, I confessed. Like I shouldn't feel calm while everything falls apart for them. Calm isn't cruelty, she said. It's acceptance. I exhaled. I don't hate them. You don't have to, she replied. You just have to choose yourself. That sentence landed hard. Choose yourself. I realized I had been reacting for months. Explaining. Defending. Enduring. Now, I was choosing. Mark called me once. I let it ring. Emily sent another message. I didn't open it. Power didn't announce itself. It settled quietly. I stood by my window that night and whispered, Karma doesn't knock. It crashes. Not for revenge, not for satisfaction, but for balance. For the first time, I wasn't waiting for the next blow. I was building something steady. I wasn't reacting anymore. I was choosing. Emily showed up unannounced. I opened the door and saw her standing there, eyes red, hands shaking. Can we talk? She asked. I stepped aside. You can speak. She sat down slowly. I made a mistake, she said. I know that now. I crossed my arms. You knew it then too. Tears rolled down her face. I was confused. I thought I wanted something different. And now? I asked. Now I'm miserable, she said. Everything fell apart. I nodded once. That happens. She looked up. Don't you feel anything? I searched myself. I feel finished. She flinched. I deserve that. Yes, I said. You do. She reached for my hand and stopped herself. I miss us. I miss who I thought you were, I replied. She sobbed. Can we try again? I shook my head. Forgiveness doesn't mean going back. Her shoulders dropped. So this is it. This was it the night you chose him, I said calmly. She left quietly. Mark tried next. He cornered me outside my building. I was lonely, he said. You don't know how empty I felt. I laughed softly. You filled that emptiness with my wife. It wasn't planned, he insisted. Temptation just happened. You blame feelings, I said. I blame choices. He clenched his jaw. You're acting superior. No, I replied. I'm acting done. Lily was there, watching. She stepped forward. Stop, she told him. He turned to her. You don't understand. I understand perfectly, she said. You destroyed people and expected silence. She turned on me too, he snapped. Lily shook her head. I didn't turn. I woke up. He looked at me. Say something. I met his eyes. This conversation ended months ago. He left angry and defeated. Later, Lily sat beside me. I can't support him anymore, she said. I won't excuse him. You don't owe anyone loyalty that costs you integrity, I replied. She exhaled. Thank you for not making me choose. I never would, I said. We walked in silence for a while. Do you ever think about revenge? She asked. No, I said. I think about peace. She smiled. That's why I trust you. I stopped and looked at her. This isn't a rebound, I said. I won't rush us. I don't want rushing, she replied. I want steady. That's what I can give, I said. She took my hand. Then let's walk. I felt something settle inside me. Not fire. Not desperation. Calm. That night, I realized regret didn't fix anything. It only arrived late. I chose not to wait for it anymore. The courthouse felt quiet, sterile. Emily sat across the room, calm, almost smug. I approached the clerk. I'm here to finalize my divorce, I said. She looked at me. I never thought it would come to this. I shrugged. Neither did I. But it did. Her eyes flicked to my hands. Are you okay? I am, I said. More than okay. Emily sighed. I made mistakes. I know, I said. You already said that. She hesitated. You seem stronger. I smiled faintly. I had to be. For me. Mark wasn't there, and I didn't expect him. I didn't care if he watched from afar. The past months had taught me that silence often speaks louder than presence. Rachel sat beside me. Everything is in order, she said. They can't claim more than what's fair. Good, I said. I'm done giving away pieces of myself. Emily tried one last plea. Could we, at least, be civil? We are civil, I said. You just have to accept that I've moved on. She looked down at the papers. I hope you find happiness. Thank you, I said. I already have a direction. Later, walking to my car, I felt light. It wasn't just the divorce. It was the weight of choosing my own life. I didn't need approval. I didn't need to explain myself. I only needed truth. Lily was waiting outside. How did it go? She asked. Officially over, I said. And it feels like breathing. She smiled. I'm glad. I'm glad too, I said. You know, you've been my anchor through this. You've anchored yourself, she replied. I just reminded you it's possible. We walk side by side, no rush, no hesitation. People will talk, I said. About us. Let them, she said. Truth matters more than opinion. I nodded. It does. We arrived at a small cafe. Sitting down, I noticed a familiar calm. I used to think I needed permission to live, I said. You don't, she said softly. I don't, I repeated. Not from Emily. Not from Mark. Not from anyone. She reached across the table. And I won't make you feel like you do. That's why I trust you, I said. You don't ask for pieces of me. You don't demand loyalty for comfort. You just exist beside me. She smiled, fingers brushing mine. And I always will. I looked out the window. Family will notice. Some will approve. Some won't. They'll adjust, she said. Or they won't. Either way, we choose us. I like that, I said. We choose ourselves. Jason called later that evening. I heard you finalized it, he said. How's it feel? Liberating, I said. It's strange, but good. You finally stopped begging, he said. Yes, I said. That man is gone. This one decides. Lily sat beside me on the porch that night. I want to ask, she said. Are you happy? I paused. I am, I said. Happier than I expected. Calm. Ready. Good, she said. Because we deserve steady, not chaos. I took a deep breath. We do. Later, I stood in front of the mirror. Look at him, I whispered. The one who begged, who questioned, who doubted. Gone. In his place, someone firm, someone whole. I smiled faintly. This is who I am now. No chasing. No pleading. No wasted energy on people who never deserved it. I picked up my phone, texted Lily. Dinner tomorrow. She replied almost immediately. Yes. I'll be there. I placed the phone down and exhaled. I chose a different ending, I said aloud. One where truth, dignity, and happiness guide me, not betrayal or regret. The man who once felt empty now felt grounded. The one who once sought validation now made firm decisions. The life I feared was over, but the one I built, careful, deliberate, and honest, was mine. And for the first time in years, I smiled freely, knowing I would never look back. I woke up early, the sunlight spilling across the bedroom. I turned to see Lily still asleep, peaceful, untouched by the chaos that had once defined my life. I whispered, "We made it here." She stirred. "We?" she asked, half smiling. "Yes," I said. "You, me, us." She yawned. "Feels unreal sometimes." I chuckled softly. Unreal, but right. Later, we sat at the kitchen table, coffee in hand. "Do you ever think about them?" I asked. "Emily." "Mark." "Sometimes," Lily admitted. "But only to remind myself why we are here." I nodded. "Same. I don't dwell. Their choices are lessons, nothing more." "Lessons are harsh," she said. "They are," I said. "But necessary." I remembered the nights I sat alone, wondering if betrayal would break me. I laughed quietly. Funny how the worst moments rebuild you. "You rebuilt yourself," she said. "I just walked beside you." I needed that, I said. Someone honest, present, real. Lily smiled. "And now?" "Now," I said, "I choose calm, love, and understanding. Not revenge. Not pain. Not resentment." We went for a walk later, hands brushing. "You've changed," she said. "Strong, sure of yourself." I had to, I admitted. I couldn't go back to the man who begged for answers or approval. "You're not that man anymore," she said softly. "No," I replied. "I'm someone better because of what I survived. Because I refused to let betrayal define me." We stopped at a small park. Children laughed nearby. I watched them and said, "I almost forgot how it feels to trust life again." "You can trust it now," Lily said. "We are choosing this together." I took her hand. "It's rare," I said. "Someone who walks beside you without holding your past over your head." "That's love," she said simply. I smiled. Not rushed, not desperate, just steady. Later, I called Jason. "Life feels different," I said. "How?" he asked. "Balanced," I replied. "I have someone who values honesty, presence, someone who sees me. And I've finally stopped looking for approval from anyone who didn't care." He laughed. "That's the CapCut I know." "Only wiser," I said. Even at work, I noticed subtle shifts. I didn't carry anger in meetings. I didn't replay betrayal in my mind. I made decisions with clarity. I said no without guilt. I felt free. At night, Lily rested her head on my shoulder. "You've healed," she whispered. "I'm still healing," I said. "But for the first time, it doesn't hurt." She looked up. "You've grown stronger." "I have," I admitted. "And it's because I survived the worst moment of my life. Betrayal didn't destroy me, it rebuilt me." We walked home hand in hand, streetlights guiding us. I thought of Emily and Mark. Their names didn't sting anymore. They existed as reminders, lessons I had learned the hard way. "You're calm," Lily said. "I am," I said. "And that calm comes from knowing I won't let anyone steal my peace again." She smiled. "I trust you." "I trust myself," I said. "And that trust, that's everything." I paused by our doorway. "We chose this," I said. "Not because of what happened before, but because of who we are now." Lily leaned in. "And I wouldn't have it any other way." I whispered, "Neither would I." That night, I reflected on the journey. The anger, the heartbreak, the isolation, it had all been necessary. I had survived the worst. I had endured betrayal. And I had emerged someone stronger, steadier, and capable of real love. I kissed Lily's forehead. "From ruin to renewal," I said softly. "That's where I stand now. And it feels perfect." I closed my eyes, finally at peace. The man who once begged, broke, and doubted no longer existed. In his place was someone whole, someone who could love without fear, choose without hesitation, and live without regret. And for the first time in years, I smiled freely, knowing the storm had passed, and I had become better for it.